Okay, buenos dias, boys and girls. How is everybody? ¿Cómo están? Good. So we just had Valentine's Day, didn't we? El Dia de San Valentin. And how was everybody's Valentine's Day? Why don't you type out what you guys did? If you did anything special, or if you just had a regular day. Princess Bride, nice. That's a great movie. What did some of the others do? Nice, Faith. A regular day for Logan. Yeah, a lot of people celebrate it, and then a lot of people just have a regular day. Not too big of a deal. Saint Valentine is not really too important of a figure for some Christians, but sometimes we like to connect that day to love in general, and sometimes we can connect it to the love that God has for us, that unconditional love. Faith, you and your brother got chocolates. Nice. That's always a plus. There's lots of chocolates, and I guess the day after Valentine's Day there's cheap chocolate too, so that's kind of nice for some people. All right, so today we are going to do a couple house tours. We have 2 house tours left, so I'd love for Colton and then Isabella to do their house tours. That's how we'll start our day. And then
is everyone in 3DU right now?
I haven't gone in yet. I'm just talking over Zoom, but you guys are actually welcome to go ahead and load that up.
Okay.
I'm just gonna tell everybody what we're gonna do for today, and then we can join you, Colton, in 3DU for your house tour if you're ready for that, and then we can do Isabella's. And then after the house tours, boys and girls, we'll go back into our 3DU classroom, and then we'll have a little bit of a lesson. We'll see how much time we have today. We'll go till 3 o'clock today. So that's a half an hour later than our usual class because I missed last Friday. And then next Friday too, I'd also like to go to 3 p.m. So please make sure that you have that time available for extra Spanish for these days. All right, so go ahead and load up 3DU, boys and girls, and then let's find Colton in our contacts and join Colton. And then we can start with the house tours. So let's just give it a couple minutes. I know that I have to load up here, so it might take you guys a couple minutes as well. Oh, I see that Colton's mom made a special soup for Valentine's Day, and Bailey had cake for dessert. Lots of good food. Guess what? We're going to talk about food today, so clearly we have some food lovers, so that's perfect. Awesome, guys. So I'm just going to minimize my Zoom chat, and then what we can do is work through our 3DU chat, if that's all right.
Okay, so I'm at my house right now.
Awesome. So boys and girls, please find Colton in your contacts. And if you see his name, you can right click on it, and then you can ask to join. And that's what I'm doing right now. So if you don't have Colton in your contacts, you can go ahead and join me instead. Thanks for your patience, Colton. We'll just wait till everybody is with us by your house here. So I noticed that even though I do go into 3DU quite often, my visibility had changed to float, so it was loading very slowly. So I just changed it back to 60 meters. And the house is still loading, so please just bear with me. I'm not quite sure if everybody's here yet. Just looking around me, I think we might have to wait a couple more minutes, Colton. Thank you so much for your patience. All right, it looks like everybody is here. If somebody is having trouble, why don't you just go ahead and type in the 3DU chat if it's taking a long time to load or if you're having trouble. I can see you guys as avatars, but the house isn't loading yet. Oh, there it is. Good. Okay. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis. Faith, I can't see your avatar. It looks like it's just loading up still. Siete. Awesome. So let's go ahead, Colton, and we can start up your house tour when you're ready, buddy.
Okay. Hola a todos. Bienvenidos a mi casa. Este es mi puerta. You have to click on the door to get in.
Gracias.
Vamos a la cocina. Este es mi nevera y mi fregadero y mi mesa y mi horno. Vamos a la lavadora. So that's like the laundry room. And I didn't know the words for like dryer and washer, so I just did. Este es mi ventana.
That's fine, Colton. So my 3DU has crashed. I'm just loading back up, but you keep going on your tour for the kids, and what's going to happen is I will just look through your house later, so that's fine. I can still hear you, though.
Okay. Vamos a la cuarto.
There we go. I'm just joining you right now.
So that's bedroom. Este es mi cama y mi silla y mi computadora y mi escritorio.
Muy bien.
Vamos al baño.
And I love how you guys are putting positive comments in the chat bar. It's exactly what you should be doing.
Esta es mi bandera y mi nevera y mi inodoro.
What's the word?
Inodoro.
Inodoro?
Yeah, that's a word for toilet.
That's right. Try saying inodoro.
Inodoro.
Asombroso.
Vamos a la sala. Este es mi sillón y mi televisión. Y mi silla. And if you click on the TV, it'll show like a trailer or something.
Chévere.
Gracias por tu visita.
Muchas gracias. Anybody have any questions or more comments they want to add? Gran trabajo, Colton. I love your house. It's wonderful. Cool TV. Esa bañera. Looks like the TV has gone on, so I'm gonna... That's cool, though. I didn't know it had the capability of playing a show. Awesome. It looks like our next presenter, Isabella, isn't on 3DU right now. So maybe she'll be able to present to me privately. But we can go ahead and go back into the 3DU classroom. Oh, I see there's a bag of chips on the table. And la mesa, it's awesome.
My 3DU just it froze. So.
It froze, okay. Alrighty, well you can try and load that back up, Faith.
Okay.
And see what we can do. And let everybody else, let's just meet in the 3DU classroom now, por favor. You can have the option to sit or not to sit, and that's kind of a changed rule. And the reason for that is sometimes when we sit, we get locked into the PowerPoint screen and we can't see around all the time. But what I like to do now is actually post the link into the chat bar, and then you guys have the freedom to open up that in a Word document and then, or in a Google Doc, sorry. And then to see it on your own, and then it'll scroll faster sometimes. And yeah, so you have that option to sit or not to sit. So I've posted the link in the chat bar, boys and girls. Go ahead and open that up, and that's going to be our lesson. And we can all follow along together as we go. Hola, Zeke. Okay. Okay. Are you ready? Unit 3, Lesson 1. So we're starting a new unit, boys and girls, today. It's called Comida y Restaurantes. ¿Qué es comida y restaurantes? What does that mean in English? Go ahead and type it out if you can guess.
Could you post the link to the homework on
Yes.
in Zoom chat box, please?
Yes, absolutely. So what does comida y restaurantes mean in English? So in English. Go ahead and type that out if you have a guess. There you go, Faith. So I've just posted that into the Zoom chat as well. So if 3D isn't working, it's in there as well. Food and restaurants. See Colton, see Brianna. So food and restaurants, and we're gonna talk about a little project that we're gonna be working on until the end of this term, and it's gonna be super fun. So I'm excited to introduce that to you today. But first, I like to start off our lessons with a flag. So this will be always a flag from a Spanish-speaking country. Let's take a look at that flag. You guys, have you seen that flag before? So that's the flag for the country Guatemala. And if you look to the right in that picture, that is the map of Central America. So you'll see that the States, or USA, is at the very top of our little map here. And then we see Mexico. Ooh, nice. She went to Guatemala. It's beautiful there. So we see Mexico, and then right below Mexico, we see Guatemala in the green there. So it's quite a big country. Definitely not as big as Mexico, but it's also considered a third world country. So we don't see a lot of really expensive developments like we do in Canada and the US. Sometimes you'll have more dirt roads, and there are more people in poverty there. So, and you'll find, sometimes when you go there, you'll find children who are selling you jewelry that they've made, trying to make some money. So you see a lot of working kids there as well, just like in other third world countries. All right, so that's our flag of the day. I'm thinking I'm going to post all these flags in our classroom too, and then we can always refer back to them. So here's the date. So la fecha. La fecha for today is el 16 de febrero. El 16 de febrero. So what I'm going to ask is I'm going to ask about 3 of you randomly, and I'm going to ask, ¿Qué fecha es hoy? ¿Qué fecha es hoy? So that's, what's the date today? Isabella, Zoom won't let you join. Can you send another link? Yes, Isabella, I'm going to send link. Okay, sorry guys. Boys and girls, ¿Qué fecha es hoy? So I'm going to ask, and then when you answer, the question, ¿Qué fecha es hoy? I want you to answer like this. Hoy es, so today is, and then you'll read out what's on the lesson. So, el 16 de febrero, so the 16th of febrero. Could I please get Wyatt to answer, ¿Qué fecha es hoy? So you'll answer hoy es, and then you'll read out the date. Wyatt, are you there?
Hoy es el 16 febrero.
Good. So hoy es 16. Can you say that again, Wyatt? 16.
16. Hoy es febrero.
Sí, so el 16 de febrero. So that's the 16th of February. So febrero is February. Let's get Zeke to say the answer to ¿Qué fecha es hoy? Are you there, Zeke? Oh, that's okay. Let's get Callie to answer. ¿Qué fecha es hoy? ¿Qué fecha es hoy, Callie? And we can try with Zeke after.
Es 16 de febrero.
Good try. So let's try, where's my lesson here? El 16, so repite after me, Callie. El 16.
El 16
Sí, and then de febrero.
de febrero.
Awesome, febrero. Good job. And let's get one more, and then we'll do Zeke. Can I please get Colton to answer? ¿Qué fecha es hoy?
Hoy es 16 de febrero.
Awesome. And don't forget el 16, because you're saying the 16th of February. Awesome. And if Zeke is ready, you may also try that as well.
Hoy es de
So do you see it on the lesson here? I'm going to also write it in the chat box. In 3DU in case you can't see it. Okay, hoy es el 16 de febrero.
el 16 de febrero.
Yeah, 16.
16 de febrero.
Good. And 16, Zeke? 16.
16.
Excelente. Yeah, so the 16th of February. Great job. Alrighty, so we can continue on with the lesson, por favor. Okay, so I hope you guys are all looking at the lesson right now. You guys did awesome AR verb conjugations. I remember I gave you that little document that had, you just fill out the chart for your assignment. I think some of you haven't submitted it yet, and I will just send emails for reminders soon about that. But you're going to do the same thing for homework. It's just a really quick exercise. But we're going to look at some ER and IR verbs. So what I mean by that is verbs that end in ER and IR. So if you look at the chart here, this is the full chart. So you guys did the AR verbs on the left-hand side. And today we're going to look at the differences and see the ER and the IR verbs. So go ahead and scan your eyes down the ER verb part of the list where you have O, es, hemos, ais, and en. So can I please get Logan to go ahead and say out the letters he sees underneath the ER. So O, es, hemos, ais, and en.
O, es, hemos, ais, en.
Awesome. So hemos. Awesome job. So those are the ones that you're going to add. So remember, when we conjugate a verb, we have a verb, and then we drop the ending, which is the ER, if it's an ER verb, and then we add those letters, but depending on who you're talking about. So on the left, you have yo, tu, so the I, he, you, we, depending on who the subject is, right? We change the verb according to who the subject is. Let's look at the IR. So scan your eyes, boys and girls, and look at how some of them are a little bit different than the ER. So it's important to know the differences. So scanning your eyes down, we have O, es, hemos, is, and n. Can I get, let's do Bailey to go ahead and, can you tell us what the IR letters are underneath there? O, S, E, imos, is, and N.
O, S, E, hemos, E, N.
So close. Very good job. So imos, whenever we see that I, it makes an E sound in Spanish. Can you say imos?
Imos,
Imos. Good. Bien. And then is for the
is.
Awesome job. So those are what you're going to work with for your little homework today. And remember, we just drop the ending and then we add those little letters on the end. So it's pretty simple. Let's practice. So here is your first ER verb, boys and girls. So I'm going to write it in the chat box. It's also on the lesson. And it is comer, comer. So go ahead and say that out loud wherever you are right now. Comer. Good. So I want to say, so this is, sorry, so comer is to eat. To eat. Okay. I'm just seeing that I have to send Isabella the link here to join us today. Got a little distracted with teaching. So here we go. Just gonna send this off. You guys can think about the conjugations for comer if you want to say I eat. So tell me what I eat is in the chat bar, boys and girls. Tell me what I eat is in Espanol. So if it's an ER, good. So Brianna says yo como. So yes, Bailey, it is como, except we always have to put the subject pronoun at the beginning, which is yo. Yo como. Awesome. Awesome. Yo como. So that's I eat. So it's present tense. I am currently eating right now. Can I please get, who hasn't spoken? I need a list. Who would like, Isabella, there she is. Isabella, I have sent, I don't know if you can hear me now, Isabella, but I have sent a link. What would you eat be, boys and girls, in singular? So I'm just talking to one person and I'm saying you eat. So go ahead and type it out. Por favor.
Can we? I'm not able to get on Zoom, so can we type in the Zoom chat box?
Yes, my dear. You mean you're not allowed to? I mean, you're not able to get into 3DU?
Yeah, it just froze and I can't get it back on again.
Okay. So you guys, actually, Faith, use the chat box in Zoom. I'll keep it open so I can see your answers, and I'll try and write in there as well. But all I'm asking, all I'm asking is for saying, what would you eat be? You eat. So you guys can write that out. I see some people have written it out. Good, guys, good. So tú comes. Tú comes. So good. So Brianna, why don't you go ahead and say tú comes out loud for us?
Comes.
Tú comes. Good. So you eat. Faith, what would tú comes sound like? Can you say it out loud?
You eat?
Yeah. So say tú comes.
Tú comes.
Can you say tú comes?
Tú comes.
Good. So we have that E, sounding, right? Every letter in Spanish matters, so it's really important to make sure we pronounce each letter. Good job. Okay, so here let's do a quick one for the IR verbs. I think you guys understand, which is awesome. So our next verb is on the lesson there, but I'll also type it out. And this is a really awesome verb. I love this verb. And the next one is vivir. Vivir. So vivir means to live. To live. So can we get Logan to say out loud vivir?
Vivir.
Good. So we got the vivir. Yes. And so that means to live. What if? Now let's look at our charts here again. What if I want to say they live, but it's a group of men? So I want to say they live, but it's a group of men that I'm talking about. So go ahead and type it out in the chat bar if you think you have a guess. Good, Bailey. C. C, yes, see, Brianna, Wyatt, you're really close. Colton, you're really close, but you both forgot to conjugate the verb vivir. So remember, we have to do something with that vivir verb. We have to do something. Great, boys and girls. Good, Logan. Awesome, Wyatt. Yes, Zeke. See, Colton. Zeke, can I get you to go ahead and say that out loud? So, ellos viven.
Ellos viven.
Good. So, they eat. Let's do one more for vivir, and then we'll move on. You guys are brilliant. Fantastico. Okay, so what would it be if I wanted to say we live. However, there is a group that I'm talking about, and there's 2 boys and 1 girl. So I want to say we live, except it's a group of 2 boys and 1 girl that I'm talking about. Sí. Gran trabajo. Any other guesses? We live. Good, boys and girls. Yes, you chose the nosotros instead of the nosotras, because we know that even if there's 1 boy in any group, we have to go with the masculine. It's kind of like the default. We always end up going for the masculine, even if there's 1 boy. Good. I'd love Faith to say nosotros vivimos out loud. So vivimos, Faith, it's going to look like.
Nosotros vivimos.
Good. And what did you just say, Faith, in English? So why don't you guys go ahead and type out what we said in English in the chat bar? We live. See, Bailey. We live. Vivir is to live verb. Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay. So for our homework, you're going to have a little assignment just to conjugate 2 verbs of your choice from ER and IR. And it's going to be, you'll have this chart to look at. So it's going to be the exact same thing we did today. And then I like to ask for it in an English translation also. Okay, boys and girls. Dun, dun, dun. Introduction to comida y restaurantes. So let's start, shall we? We're going to look at food and restaurants until the end of the term now. And actually, even after spring break, we're going to talk about food and restaurants a little bit too, because after this, I believe we only have 3 more classes left. So it'll carry on. So we'll get to learn more about that after spring break. So hopefully everyone's able to follow along. I'm just going to read out what we have here. So I know everyone loves the topic of our next unit, and that was evident as today because a lot of you ate some chocolate and had special soup for Valentine's. So you love food. You already know a lot about comida. In this unit, we're going to explore the restaurants in 3DU. So we have a whole bunch of restaurants spread out. And then you're going to make a plan to make a menu, actually, a little creative project. And a dialogue, and you're going to perform in one of these fabulous eateries of your choice. Or we'll talk about, you can make a food stand instead, and you'll have a menu, and we're going to have we're going to almost act out in 3DU what it might be like in a restaurant with a menu. So you'll have avatars, and someone can take your order and you can order something. So this is going to be really useful too, because then if you ever go into a Spanish speaking country and you go to a restaurant, guess what you're going to learn from? So you'll be able to have that dialogue and conversation. Okay. We're going to look at, we're going to do a little bit of a tour. I want to show you a couple of restaurants too in 3DU. And then let's look at some food vocabulary that you'll study. Oh, you're in Zoom. Okay, hang on, boys and girls. I'm just going to see if Isabella can join us here. There we go, because she's not able to hear me in Zoom. Lo siento, boys and girls. But I always have the lessons recorded, so that's good. Okay, and then so after the food vocabulary, then we're going to look at the final project, which is a menu and a dialogue. So that's going to be super fun. So Brianna's going on a missions trip to Mexico for spring break. How exciting, Brianna! Oh my goodness. So there's a chance that you'll be able to use some of this project for when you're speaking to people down there. So that's really exciting.
Excuse me?
Yes, Colton.
Did you say that sometime we're gonna make like a restaurant in our backyard or something?
Yeah, so you have the choice of making a restaurant yourself or a food stand or a food cart, or you can choose a restaurant that's already built in 3DU for the project. So great question. We'll talk a little bit more about that a little bit in a few minutes, okay? And then I'll go over some more details about that.
Okay.
Let's first look at vocabulario de la comida. So let's look at some of the vocabulary for food that we have here. So we'll start off by studying these 9 terms. The first one is las comidas. Las comidas. So can I get a volunteer to say las comidas out loud, please? So go ahead and type in the chat box if you would like to volunteer. Wyatt, please say las comidas.
Las comidas.
Good. So that means the meals. Brianna, please say las comidas.
Las comidas.
Sí, awesome job. Okay, Bailey, say las comidas.
Las comidas.
Good job. The meals. And if you wanted to just say meal, it would just be comida, right? Because we take off the S at the end. Comida. So that can mean food or meal. The second one is breakfast in Spanish. El desayuno. El desayuno. So the S-A-Y actually says sigh in that word. El desayuno. Can I get some volunteers to say breakfast in Spanish? El desayuno. Desayuno. Go ahead, Zeke. Desayuno.
Desayuno.
Good. Anybody else would like to say that? How about Faith? El desayuno.
El desayuno.
Perfecto. El desayuno. That's breakfast. We have some lunch. Then, is anybody hungry for lunch? I think most of you probably already had your lunch already. El almuerzo. El almuerzo. So do you see that U and E in there, boys and girls? Do you see that U and E in almuerzo? That actually makes a way sound. Almuerzo. And then we see the Z, and we know that makes a S, so an S sound. So I'll say it once more, and then we can get some people to say it out loud too. El almuerzo. Can I please get Logan to say breakfast, or sorry, lunch in Spanish?
Almuerzo.
Oh, very close. Can you say el almuerzo?
El almuerzo.
Perfecto. Awesome job. El almuerzo. Can I please get Colton to say el almuerzo?
El almuerzo.
Yeah, read it over carefully. Almuerzo. Want to say it again?
El almuerzo.
Perfect. And dinner. Actually, maybe it's almost dinner time then. Let's get some la cena. Who's hungry for la cena? Can I please get Brianna to say la cena?
La cena.
Awesome. And can I get Callie to say la cena, por favor?
La cena.
Nice job. And then snacks, which is something that I have all the time. It's good to have snacks. Los bocadillos. Los bocadillos. Bocadillos. Say that out loud wherever you are, boys and girls. Los bocadillos. And who would, oh yeah, Wyatt, absolutely. What's snacks in Espanol?
Los bocadillos.
Awesome job. And can I get Zeke to say los bocadillos?
Los bocadillos.
Good job. So lots of snacks. Snacks are awesome. Los bocadillos. Me gusta los bocadillos. And then drinks. Las bebidas. I'll say it again. Las bebidas. Boys and girls, everybody say it out loud wherever you are. Las bebidas. Can I get Bailey to say las bebidas?
Las bebidas.
Good, bebidas. Awesome. Boys and girls, is that a feminine thing or a masculine thing? Go ahead and type it out if you think it's feminine or masculine. Feminine, yes, sí. Good. Totally feminine. Appetizers. Los aperitivos. I'll say it again. Los aperitivos. Isabel says, I tried again on Zoom and it didn't work, so maybe I can type out the words for showing your house. Can you hear me? Okay, thanks, boys and girls, for your patience. Sometimes Zoom doesn't work totally. It can be a little bit frustrating, but that's part of it. All right, I've just told her that I'm recording the lesson, so if she can't hear me, then she may as well just watch the lesson later, right? Okay, boys and girls, where were we? Were we on appetizers? Los aperitivos? Brianna, please say what appetizers are in Espanol.
Los aperitivos.
Say again, Brianna.
Los aperitivos.
Good girl. Los aperitivos. And let's get Zeke to say los aperitivos.
Los aperitivos.
Good job. All right, so the main course. So the main course is usually like your main part of the meal, what you get, whether it's chicken or something. This is a really good thing to know too. El plato principal. El plato principal. Sorry, principal. So Callie, do you want to tell us el plato principal?
El plato principal.
Nice. And Colton, el plato principal.
El plato principal.
Awesome. So those are your first vocabulary words to study, boys and girls. Try to memorize these ones. So this will be part of your homework, just 9 terms for now. And this is what you're going to use for your project too. So it's going to be really good to memorize them and then to to know how to pronounce them too. So if you're not sure how to pronounce them, it's okay to go to Google and you can just go to Google and then type in the word, and then it'll often give you what it's translated into English also. But then there's a little speaker mark or speaker button, and then you can press it and you can hear it and listen carefully, because the way we speak is very important, isn't it? Especially in other languages, because sometimes in Espanol, how we pronounce things, it can actually have a totally different meaning if we pronounce it incorrectly. So Google it if you're not sure, and then also ask me. I'm always here for you. All right, let's get to el proyecto final, so the final project. Like I said, it's probably going to not be finished for us until after spring break. So we're going to get to have a good time making this and having a lot of time to do it, and lots of room for creativity and fun as well. So for your final project, you will create un menú, so a menu. Your menu is going to have 15 items in Espanol, and you can even put prices on it, but you don't have to put prices on it. That's optional. And then you'll have un diálogo, so that's a dialogue or a conversation. And you can either have that with a partner, so you can choose someone in the class to work with you, or you can use me as somebody, as my avatar in your little presentation, where I can just be there and you can tell me what to do, and maybe I'm a waiter, or maybe I'm a customer, and you can use me to act out that way too. But you'll have 2 people in your little skit. It's like a skit in 3DU that you'll be doing. So I'll talk about that more next week, though, guys. You don't have to know all the project details right now, but you're going to make a menu and you're going to make a little dialogue or a conversation. Faith, did I do desserts? Oh, yes. Oh, sorry. Yes, I didn't do desserts. You're right. Los postres. Los postres. So go ahead and say that out loud, boys and girls. Los postres. Did you have a question, Colton? Oh, good question. Colton asks when this is due. So our menu will be due before spring break. So whether that's our very last class on, I believe it's the 19th, or no, the 7th is our last class. It'll be due in the beginning of March sometime. Oh, that's awesome news, Isabella. Well, sorry, go ahead.
So when we do this, do we just do like a menu, or do we like make a restaurant and then make a menu too?
Great question. So if you choose to make a restaurant, you may make your own restaurant in your lot. But you can also, if you don't have time or if you feel frustrated by it, I'm going to give you the option not to make your own restaurant, but to choose any restaurant in 3DU. And then you will make a menu on a Word document. So you can be creative and use different themes. I'm going to try and get some examples to show you what a menu could look like. But you can do different colors and little pictures on it and have a really fun time with making a menu. So it's kind of like, what would a menu look like if you went into a restaurant, right? Sometimes they're decorated really nicely, aren't they? And then sometimes they're not decorated at all, and sometimes they're more simple, and that's totally fine too. So that's going to be up to your creative brains to decide what you want to do for your menu. So every student's going to have their own menu, okay?
So
Sorry, Faith asks, I'll get to your question 1 second, okay, Colton? So
okay.
Faith asks if you can have a partner. So yes, I'm going to ask you to not to make the menu, but in your skit you will have another person that you'll be working with. But everyone's going to have their own menu, okay? Question, Colton.
So the menu, do we like create a menu on a sign in 3DU?
That's a great question. So the answer is yes, but you don't have to. Everybody's going to make a Word document, and then you have options. So when you're doing your presentation, which will be when you have the restaurant skit with the menu, you can actually send a link for us to open up the menu onto our screen, kind of like what I do with the lessons now, so we can follow along on our own computers. Or you can make a huge sign and you can put your menu and display it right out in 3DU. So we can look at it that way too. Up to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you'll send this to us as a homework page in an email, right?
Oh yeah, and we're not even going to talk about those details. Like, you don't have to get started this week. We're just going to learn some vocabulario this week and, you know, start thinking about restaurants and stuff. But I'm going to be here helping you along the way. We're going to kind of create the menu together a little bit next week. So you're totally not alone on this. We're going to work together as a class to do it.
Okay.
Alrighty? Boys and girls, let's take a look at the La Tarea. And then I want to take, which is the homework, and then I want to take you on a little tour. And we can look at a couple restaurants that already exist in 3DU. And you can, yeah, see what they look like. So La Tarea for this week, so your homework for this week is your ER verb conjugation assignment. So for that, I'm actually going to send a link in your homework. Remember I sent you that Word document assignment? And then you're just to fill it out and then email it back to me. It's going to be very similar to the one that you did last week. Just talking about ER, IR verb conjugations. On that assignment, I will have a list of verbs because that was the mistake that I made last week. I didn't actually put the verbs that you could choose from on the assignment, so there was a little confusion about that. But I'd like you to email that back to me completed before next class, por favor. Faith, I probably did get yours. I'm a little bit behind on marking, boys and girls, so please bear with me, but I'm planning to get that all done this weekend for you. Awesome. All right, and then practica vocabulario de comida. So practice your food vocabulary. And what I like to see is about 20 to 30 minutes a week that you're practicing vocabulary and verbs and all your terminology. It's going to help you to have the consistency and always practicing for your memory. Our memories need to be refreshed, otherwise we forget sometimes. So this week, please practice 20 to 30 minutes on your vocabulario. You can use today's notes for that. You can look in Quizlet, and in Duolingo there is a special food vocabulary part. So go ahead and get to that point. Go find the food vocabulary in Duolingo, and there's specific food vocabulary that you can learn that way. And I love it because then you can hear how it sounds too. And the last but not least thing you're going to do for homework is you're going to find and pick a restaurant in 3DU that you want to do your project in. So remember, it's going to look like a little skit with our avatars. So you're just going to have a space that you'll use. And Or you can start building if you're going to build your own thing in your own lot. So please just use what you have for your own lot. So what you can do is use your backyard or your front yard maybe. Maybe you want to build a big restaurant attached to your house. Maybe you just want to build a small little stand, like a food stand that sells like burgers or hot dogs or Japanese food or whatever you want. It's totally up to you. But I want you to get started on that part. So either find a restaurant or either start building your restaurant. If you find a restaurant, boys and girls, then please save a teleport so you don't lose it again, because sometimes it's hard to find things again if we don't save it, right? And then be prepared to share it next class. So I want to kind of see what you guys came up with and see what your choices were. Boys and girls, are there any questions before we take a little tour?
I do.
Yes, Faith.
So if you're gonna have a choice to build your restaurant, are you going to build it by yourself, or are you gonna find a partner and build it with them?
All by yourself. If you know someone or if you want to ask someone to help you build for fun, that's cool. But I'm gonna mark your house based on you only. But if you wanted to have help for that, that's up to you.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions? Send you so many more details, but for now, I just want you to think about what you want to do for your restaurant. Okay, so if there aren't any preguntas or questions, let's take a tour and look at a couple of restaurants in 3DU. So I want to take you to the 50s Diner, and then I want to take you to White Spot. And you guys can totally choose these if you want. Isabella says, when are you showing our houses? So Isabella, we had most people show their houses already. Actually, you're the only one left that hasn't. So you can show next class if you like, because I don't know if we'll have time today, unfortunately. Well, actually, we might. So let's see. You can still show it if we have time today, but I want to just show you the 50s Diner in White Spot. However, it's only 2:30, so you might have time. Okay, so to get to the 2 restaurants that you can find easily, I want you guys to go to the top of your screen and click show and then click web. And that will open the thing on the right hand side, the little box there. And then once that's loaded, you can go ahead and find the 50s Diner. And Faith, you're still not able to get into 3DU, but for these, it's pretty easy to find them because you're just opening the web box and then searching through the list.
Excuse me.
Yes.
When I clicked to web, it just showed the homework page.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I mean, not the homework page, the page we just went through.
Oh.
Let me try again.
Yeah, close it and try again. It's kind of different, eh? Worst comes to worst, I will just get you to join me because mine's opening up to the list.
Yeah, I just did that again.
Oh, you know what? Maybe stand up. If some of you are still sitting in your chair.
I'm standing up.
Okay. Still not working, hey? I'm going to go ahead and teleport there now, and then if you guys want to find me in contacts, you can join me. And I'm teleporting there right now. Good, guys. See, some of you are joining me. Awesome.
My 3DO shut down, so I'm gonna go back onto it.
Okay. Ooh, this is cool, guys. So let's go ahead and explore. Take a look on the inside. You can walk around the outside. This is the 50s Diner, and you are free to use this as for your little skit that you'll do at the end. Super cool. Do you know what kinds of foods they usually have here? They serve a certain kind of food in 50s diners usually. What do you think? Go ahead and type out some foods you think. Hamburgers and milkshakes, totally. Hamburguesa. Hamburguesa. Y batido. So batido's milkshake. Yeah, so if you choose this place, think about what kinds of foods they might serve here, and maybe you'd like to make it so it's kind of realistic, right? Like maybe you'll have fries here, maybe you'll have, sometimes they'll have salads and sandwiches and quick foods, nothing that's like too fancy, right? Toasted sandwiches, Sizik. Yeah, so you are free to use this space. I like how they have a little area in the center with the bar stools where you can sit up high. I see some people dancing. I see a jukebox. You guys can play some music on there if you like. Un batido. Yeah, Wyatt's ordering milkshake. If you say, I want a milkshake, you can say, quiero un batido. So does anyone want to volunteer to say quiero un batido? I want some milkshake. Go ahead, Brianna.
Quiero un batido.
Sí, awesome. Yeah, so those are simple little words that we'll have in our dialogue too. So you might want to say, I want a milkshake, please. Quiero un batido, por favor. And then, yeah, so. Has anybody ever written a script before for like a play or maybe a story where you have like their names and then their words that they're going to be saying out loud? It's going to be kind of like that. So if you like this place, save it as a teleport. Save it as a teleport if you want to come back to it easily, or you can always find it on the right-hand side, of course. The next place I'm going to take you to now is it's not the 50s diner. Oh yes, White Spot. So I'm actually finding this on the web browser as well. You should be able to open up the web browser normally, maybe if you were to close down 3DU or something and then open it back up if it's not working. But that's okay, you can just follow me for now. So I'm going to find it on the list here. And number 17. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click on that and you guys can join me. Oh, nice, Brianna. So you were able to. Here I go, teleporting. Who loves White Spot? They have really good burgers, don't they? I love their milkshakes. And do you guys remember the pirate packs? Who gets pirate packs when they go? Where I live in Victoria, they have the ferry that you take off the island. If you ever want to go off the island, you have to take a ferry or a plane. But they actually have a White Spot on the BC ferry. And they have pirate packs. So it's pretty exciting. Same for you, Colton? Yeah, it's really yummy here. So they have them usually in most big cities. It's kind of like a fast food restaurant too, but I like it better than most fast food restaurants. Nice, Colton. Okay, so actually it looks a lot like this in actual White Spots too, with the booth, and then it has a little water fountain. So go ahead and explore. Think about where you might want to do your little skit. Lots of tables around here. If you like it, save a teleport. Isabella, good news. I think we'll be able to do your, actually, maybe not if you can't speak out loud, though. You can still hear me, Isabella, hey? I think I would like you to do your house tour when you are able to speak, because I want to hear your pronunciation. So we may have to save that for another time. Refrigerador, where are you? I can't see you, Colton. Yeah, so I wonder if there's an area. Can you go into the back, guys, to the kitchen? Now that you know some of your house vocabulary, this is going to help you as well. Oh, this is a cool kitchen. Look, there's a guy in the back, and he's talking to what looks to be like the manager. Yeah, so the sign up there says, Ahora que usted ha visto todo, which means now you've seen it all. Now you've seen it all. Well, I'm just going in the back. Ooh, total freezer.
Excuse me.
Yeah, go ahead.
What is the name of this place?
This is White Spot.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, so when you're thinking, if you wanted to use this, there is a lot of items and objects in here that you can play around with and use the vocabulary in your scripts. Yeah, the freezer room is cool, Zeke. Ooh, this one's pretty awesome. Okay, so we have a few minutes left. What I'd like to do is... Oh, Brianna, good question. So is it going to be like a tour? No, Brianna, it's going to be like a TV show. Oh, that sounds good. No problem, Wyatt and Logan. You guys are free to go. What we're going to do next is just have some time to look for a house and decide on that. So we're done all the stuff anyways. So have a great day, boys. So what I mean by a show is kind of like a skit, right? You're not giving a tour, but you're going to be acting. So whether you choose me as another actor or not, or a classmate, that's totally fine and up to you. But what will be like, it'll be like us walking into a restaurant, and it'll be like a TV show. We're like, oh, I'm hungry. Are you hungry? Yes. And then maybe a waiter is going to come up, and maybe the waiter is one of the people that you're going to use in your skit. So the waiter can just simply be like, what would you like to eat? And then you'll order and say, I would like chicken, please. And it's all going to be in Spanish. Okay, one moment.
So when we do this skit,
Mm-hmm.
will we do it like through Zoom and we would say it, or will we type it in the chat box?
I'm thinking it will be good to say it.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would be easier.
Yeah, and it's, you know, like, it's good to be able to speak Spanish, not just write it, because it's going to be much more useful in your life if you know how to speak it out loud. So we'll do that, but you'll have stuff to read from, and you'll be able to write out your script, kind of like you did with the house tour, and it won't be challenging. It's going to be a little bit of work for you to make your script, right? But when you're doing your skit, you'll have practiced, and you'll feel confident by then. So, but I'm going to give you lots of more information about that later. So, boys and girls, right now, I'd like to close in prayer. And then after prayer, I'd like you to spend the next 10 minutes to just wander around 3DU, around Mundo Mañana. There might be other restaurants. There's going to be other restaurants, but you're going to have to find some. If you find them, save a teleport. Maybe you can show us where it is. But I want you to take this time after our prayer to just kind of look around for other restaurants. There's going to be some other cool stuff in these worlds. But stick to Spanish world, please. Does anybody have any questions before we close in prayer and then go do our restaurant looking? Okay, is there somebody that would like to volunteer to pray today? Thanks, Faith.
Dear Jesus, am I gonna pray?
Yes, please.
Okay. Dear Jesus, thank you for this day. Keep us all safe and help us to have a great day tomorrow and keep us all safe and help us to learn more about Spanish and yeah. Amen.
And if you agree with that, please type Amen in the chat box. Amen. Muchas gracias. Okay, guys, so now what you're going to do is take the next 10 minutes to please go hunt for more restaurants. If you find one you like, then save the teleport. Okay, so hasta pronto. We'll see you soon. We'll see you next week. Email me with any questions, and I'm going to be sending a homework email for you soon. Okay, muchas gracias, guys. Have an amazing weekend. Get some fresh air. Adios, Faith. Adios, Brianna. Adios, Colton. Ciao. Adios, Bailey. Have an awesome day.